From the mud to the rise, yeah, we built it on the grind. Trench talk, real talk, leave the fake ones behind. We don't fold, we don't break, every move we define. It's the code from the trenches where the real ones align.
So 50 spent years making the BMF show, training Lil Meech to act, making him look like his pops, and Meech Sr. was like, nah, I need more money. 50 Cent, sir, you're in prison, you ain't running nothing. So instead of keeping it cool, Big Meech linked up with Rick Ross, who saw an opportunity to promote his car show. Ross was like, one time for Big Meech, one time for the Hustlers, one time for my car show, February 13th, tickets on sale now. Bro turned a street legend into a walking billboard. Big Meech went from kingpin to promo code. Meanwhile, 50 is probably sitting back like, I tried to help, but you'd rather be used by a dude who named himself after you and still ain't cut you a check. And let's not forget, Rick Ross is out here talking like a 1920s mob boss. I make moves that are bigger than peons. Sir, you are the peon. You spent 10 years pretending to be a drug lord when you were a corrections officer. The only keys you ever held were for the jail cells. So picture this, Big Meech, the self-proclaimed king of BMF, is sitting in jail, probably thinking he's still running the streets from his cell like some kind of criminal mastermind. But guess what? The streets were running him. Enter Tammy Cowens, his assistant, who was apparently so good at her job that she was moonlighting as a federal informant. Yeah, you heard that right. Big Meech's right-hand woman was snitching to the DEA like she was getting paid by the word. Oh wait, she was getting paid $54,000 to be exact. Cha-ching. Now, here's where it gets juicy. Meech meets this guy named Suarez in Detroit jail, and apparently Suarez was so connected that he beat his case and walked out like he was in a rap video. Meech, being the genius he is, thought, hey, let's use Tammy to set up some drug deals while I'm in here. Brilliant plan, right? Wrong. Tammy was already cozying up to the DEA, and they were probably high-fiving each other every time Meech sent her a new message. But wait, it gets better. Tammy and Meech came up with this master plan to get him out early. How, you ask? By having Tammy become an informant for the same DEA agent who locked Meech up in the first place. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. It's like a bad episode of Prison Break meets The Wire, but with the worst acting and more betrayal. And then there's Cuffy Gatling, the guy who was writing the script for a BMF movie. Yeah, Cuffy thought he was about to be the next Tarantino, but instead he got caught up in this mess because Tammy was out here playing double agent like she was in Mission Impossible. The DEA agent she was working with, oh, they started smashing. That's right, folks. Tammy was out here collecting checks and cheeks. Meanwhile, Meech is in jail, probably thinking, why is my assistant living her best life while I'm eating bologna sandwiches? Now, let's talk about the paperwork. Oh, the paperwork. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. It shows that Meech was facilitating drug deals from jail like he was running a drive-thru. And guess what? That's a conspiracy charge, which means more time added to his sentence. But don't worry, Meech fans, because Suarez got let loose. Why? Probably because he was snitching too. Nobody beats the feds twice unless they're playing for the other team. Fast forward to today, and Big Meech is out here throwing fits because 50 Cent owns his life rights. Yeah, 50 Cent, the guy who made sure Meech's son got acting lessons and turned the BMF story into a hit show. But Meech, he's out here meeting up with Rick Ross like that's gonna bother 50 Cent. Bro, 50 Cent has been shot 9 times. You think he cares about you hanging out with Ricky Rose? Please. And let's not forget Blue Da Vinci, the guy who outed Meech a couple of years ago. Blue took a safety valve deal, which means he probably snitched too. The whole BMF crew is out here looking like a snitch convention. At this point, the only thing Big Meech is building is a case for why he should have stayed in jail. So Young Buck hops on the scene like he's about to drop some wisdom, but instead he's out here sounding like a broken record player stuck on the disloyalty track. Buck, my God, you're talking about loyalty like you're the poster child for it, but let's be real. Your loyalty lasts about as long as a TikTok trend. First off, Buck's out here shouting, leave Big Meech alone, 50, like he's Meech's hype man, bro. Sit down. You're not even in the same league as 50 Cent. Let's not forget, Buck, that if it weren't for 50, you'd still be out here rapping in your mama's basement, playing with your Transformers collection. Yeah, I said it. Buck loves Transformers more than he loves paying his taxes. Autobots rollout of bankruptcy court. Speaking of bankruptcy, Buck's out here talking about getting money, but the only thing he's getting is a one-way ticket to Brokerville. This man lost everything twice and still has the nerve to act like he's some kind of financial guru. Buck, my dude, you're not about getting money, you're about losing it faster than a toddler loses their socks. And let's not forget, 50 Cent bailed you out of your tax mess. And what did you do? You turned around and started screaming, fuck 50, like you forgot who handed you the mic in the first place. Ungrateful much? And then after all that, Buck has the audacity to sign back with G Unit in 2013. Like what? You spent years talking trash and then you come crawling back like, hey, big homie, can I get another shot? Pathetic. Buck was out here kissing 50's butt on Instagram like yo, big homie, you the best. Find it. Meanwhile, he's probably whispering, fuck 50 under his breath like a middle schooler with a crush. But wait, it gets better. When 50 Cent moved on to TV with Power, Buck got in his feelings like a scorned ex. Why you leaving me, 50? Bro, 50 was out here building an empire and you were out here building a Transformers shrine. Then Buck has the nerve to link up with the game, 50's arch nemesis, like that's gonna hurt 50's feelings. Newsflash Buck, 50 Cent has been shot 9 times. You think he cares about you hanging out with the game? Please, you're about as threatening as Bumblebee in a parking lot. Now let's circle back to Big Meech because these two are like the Bonnie and Clyde of bad decisions. Meech is out here acting like he's still the kingpin of BMF, but let's be real. His empire is crumbling faster than a cookie in milk. 50 Cent gave his son acting lessons, made sure the BMF story got told, and even got the show greenlit. And how does Meech repay him? By throwing a tantrum and linking up with Rick Ross. Bro, what are you doing? You're not about to out-hustle 50 Cent. You're about to out-dumb him though. And let's not forget, Meech's whole legacy is hanging by a thread thanks to Tammy Cowens, the federal informant who was out here snitching and smashing DEA agents like it was her side hustle. Meech, you really thought you were running the show from jail, but Tammy was running you. Now 50 Cent's about to drop a Tammy Cowens documentary, and when that happens, Meech's legacy is gonna look like a Transformers movie, full of explosions and no substance. The Super Bowl was more underwhelming than Young Buck's bank account after 50 Cent sent that debt collector text. Bro been running from payment plans like he's dodging child support. The Chiefs didn't even show up till the third quarter, just like Big Meech acting like he didn't snitch till the receipts came out. Nah, y'all can't tell me the Eagles weren't playing against themselves for most of that game. The Chiefs looked confused, like Supreme's son when he realized his own pops publicly disowned him. And let's talk about Kendrick's halftime show. Serena Williams out there crip walking like she forgot her sister got taken out by a gang member. Somebody got to tap her on the shoulder like, hey sis, wrong dance move. But whatever, I guess rich people just vibe differently. Now let's get to the comedy portion of the night. Drake's legal team dropping statements like he's on trial for his own music crimes. Bro, we still haven't forgotten about Tuesday Slide. Ain't no amount of lawyer talk gonna make that song hard. UMG out here allegedly exploiting artists, but the real crime is Drake pretending he's the biggest gangster in the industry when he was literally beefing with a YouTuber last month. Speaking of delusion, Supreme's son really thought he was next up in the streets, huh? My guy got disowned in 4K by his own father. Imagine trying to be gangster and your pops publicly tells the world you ain't got the credentials. That man is one we do not claim him away from being sent to the shadow realm. And let's be real, if 50 Cent is on your neck, you better find a new hobby. That man ends careers like he's collecting infinity stones. And Big Meech, oh man, who saw this downfall coming? Meech came home and instead of cementing his legacy, he's out here fumbling it like the Chiefs' offensive line. Bro should have just kept quiet, but nah, he wanna be outside making headlines. 50 Cent probably somewhere grinning like, I told y'all I got the best crime stories in the industry. BMF turning into a reality show faster than Young Buck running from the IRS. Listen, this whole situation is crazier than Kodak Black wobbling in the streets looking like a malfunctioning NPC. Somebody gotta step in and help bro before he turns into a real life episode of Intervention. Kanye West said he's pulling up to Atlanta to save him, but let's be honest, you trying to help somebody is like Big Meech trying to prove he ain't snitch. It just ain't believable. So what's the moral of the story? Big Meech might have been a hustler, but he was also a walking, talking example of why you shouldn't trust anyone, especially your assistant. And if you're going to run a drug empire, maybe don't do it from jail while your assistant is out here collecting DEA paychecks and getting busy with federal agents. Big Meech's legacy is looking shakier than a Jenga tower in an earthquake. If 50 Cent drops that Tammy Cowens documentary, it's game over. So Meech, if you're watching this, maybe apologize to 50, take your L, and start selling BMF themed snitch jackets. Big Meech and Young Buck are the ultimate duo of disloyalty and bad decisions. Meech is out here trying to rewrite history, and Buck is out here losing money and friends faster than he can say the Optimus Prime, roll out. If these two were a rap group, they'd be called Snitches and Stitches, because all they do is snitch on themselves and stitch together terrible life choices. And to Young Buck, bro, put down the Transformers, pick up a financial planner, and maybe, just maybe, stop biting the hand that feeds you. And to Big Meech, your legacy is about to be canceled harder than a Netflix show after one season. Maybe it's time to apologize to 50 Cent before Tammy Cowens drops the mic on your whole career. Smash that like button if you're laughing at these two clowns. And remember, loyalty is key, unless you're Young Buck or Big Meech, in which case just stick to Transformers. Peace out.